It's the High Heel Tea Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Where we speak on real topics that'll make you laugh. Looking good, smelling good, that's a boss chick.
Yeah.
6-inch heel, show you how to walk slick.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast.
Hey.
And it's the podcast, and it's the high.
Hi, I'm Kiara, St. Louis local realtor and content creator, and I will be sitting down with Crystal and Ree with High Heels and Tea. Check us out.
Hey, welcome back to the High Heels and Tea podcast. I'm Crystal Lee.
This is Rihanna.
And y'all, today we are joined by the beautiful Kiara Jones.
Hey, y'all.
Boss
Thank you
babe.
for joining us.
Thank you for having
First off,
me.
what was we want to dive into a little bit more of your origin, but what was very funny is that she sent me your details and you booked for the podcast, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, just start following her. I think I may have DM you, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I was like, I want her on the podcast. So it was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so coincidental.
It was so
like,
coincidental. I was like,
She
yes.
would be dope for it.
Yes. Okay. So everyone else can know the dopeness that we saw. Can you share some background details about who you are?
Yes, I love y'all
Yeah.
gassing me.
Girl, you better take them flowers, baby.
So, I'm a real estate broker of 7 years locally in St. Louis as well as Illinois. I'm dually licensed, and I am coined currently as a content creator. So what I like to do is bring awareness to things in St. Louis, such as events, whether it's beauty or restaurants, new businesses, or whatever it may be.
And that's really powerful too, because personally with me, I travel so much and I be trying to get to stuff here, and then I don't see it until it's like the day of, or it's about to happen, and then somebody will share the details, right? And I'll be like, well, had I known this was going, I would have, planned to go. So you actually shared, I think it was like the block party details. And I went, I ain't gonna lie, I'm super chill. I was there for like 15 minutes. I went, took a picture, got a drink, and I walked back to my car. But I was like, that's all I needed. Let me go home and get to bed. But
I went, though.
Yeah, but I went. But long story short, it was dope. Yeah. And when I saw what you was doing, it made me go through your profile. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, you right here now. She gonna come on the podcast. I'm gonna tap her on the shoulder, but Ree already tapped you on the shoulder, so that was pretty dope. What? Yeah, girl, look, we be doing stuff. We just be being us,
Exactly.
and we don't be knowing
tag
who
teaming.
seeing us, and you know what I'm saying. So that's really dope. What inspired you to even? Let's start in that space first. To start creating content on behalf of St. Louis and the things that's happening.
So it was a couple of reasons, actually. Realistically, 2023 was a very, very hard year in real estate. It was probably, since I started my career, one of the lowest production years that I've had. So with the economy going on, like there was inflation and the reality of a lot of people living paycheck to paycheck, I just didn't feel comfortable throwing houses in people's face, like on my social media platforms, knowing that we were at a time where a lot of people didn't really have it.
Yeah.
So at the same time, I wanted to come from some kind of contribution. So I would, I went to a restaurant and I posted it because, one, I needed some content out there. I don't want people to forget about me because the name of real estate is staying top of mind. So I went to a Black-owned breakfast spot, and I actually went like 3 or 4 months prior, and I just always film a lot of pictures and videos, keep them on my phone. And I was like, you know what? Let me post a reel, because one, I'm 34, so Auntie can't really keep up with all of the new stuff that's going on social media. So I was like, I'm going to try posting a reel, making one, seeing what it does, and I posted it, and it went viral on TikTok and Instagram, and I was like, okay, we might be on something.
Okay, we talking.
So yeah, the very next week, same day, same time, I posted another one, and then that one went viral too. So I was like, okay, let me just continue to do this then, because clearly it's working.
It is.
dope.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea. Well, I guess to say, I had no idea that you was a realtor and all the good stuff. I just saw all this fun content.
Yeah.
I was like, let me follow this, so when I'm home, I know where the motion is. I could kind of stop by for 15 minutes, take a picture, smile and wave, and go home. Right. So that's pretty dope. Which what has been like one of the most, I guess, your favorite spots that you found?
So thus far that I have done like reels or content on,
Yeah.
or both, have or have not.
Either.
Content. Real,
Just
Okay.
because
content.
it's all, yeah, it's all.
So it's a few. I like a vibe. I like a low key type thing. So Vadera Wine Bar in Situate
Heard of that?
is
Uh-huh.
one of my favorites. It's like super sexy on the inside. The owner is black owned. She is her and her husband who's Palestinian. So it's black/Palestinian owned. Like the vibes are immaculate. It's a really nice wine bar. The service is really good. It doesn't look like something that's in St. Louis. So I'm a big fan of that. And then there's a speakeasy on the south side called New Society, where as soon as you walk in, it looks like a wine bar, but when they close at 10 o'clock, they turn their basement into a bar.
That's awesome.
And the food is really good. The drinks are great. It's a great experience. And what's another that I like? There is a like premier sushi bar in the hill called Indo.
Indo.
Sado. They same owners, but it's called Sado, Sado, and they have like the best sushi ever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go. Look at
Yeah.
us.
So you
We all excited.
to Dora the Explorer in St. Louis, girl.
Yeah, because people
Following
always,
the
you
map.
know, they say there's nothing to do in St. Louis.
Yeah.
But
And
it is.
it's so much to do. And then I hate, especially like being black in the city, black people, especially in like the BOS in St. Louis, we are not a monolith. Like, granted, I have a good time going to like a hole in a wall bar or stopping somewhere, but that's not just who I am at all times.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do want high end vibe. Sometimes I do want really quality food. Like I like high end, low end, and I don't feel like all of us should just be boxed into one thing.
Yes. Barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There one food critic, Mr. Chime, I think that's his name. He came in, and although he left his perspective on a lot of the different restaurants, I ain't gonna front with you. I agree with a lot because I was like, yeah, it's a reason why I don't post certain stuff because I rather not post and bash than be bashing people. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, he really at the same time brought a lot of attention to a lot of restaurants and places. I'm like, where you at?
Man.
What they do over there? Like, I never even knew these places existed. So honestly, that bringing that exposure, bringing that insight, even with you just naming those top 3 places and spots and why, that's really dope, and we do need it, and it really does help us connect, and it help us bring other people to our city, and want to connect here as well. So
Exactly.
that's
Also
pretty
give me
dope.
some new food places to try.
Absolutely. Because when I do go to
Yes.
a lot of these places, it's not uncommon for me to be like one of the only black people there, or it's a few. And I feel like we are collectively, we are not the target audience. So it's on us to bring awareness to
There
it.
we
You know, like, hey, you know, you can go to this bar and get your hot wings or whatever it may be, but when you want something different, this is over here too. You don't have to book a trip to Houston or Atlanta to get the vibes. You don't have to drive to Chicago.
That's
You don't have to spend all of this excessive money. There are options locally that you can
Yes,
take
that
advantage
we
of
have.
too.
That's a good way to put it. I think
I
that is
agree.
definitely a missing link, like from a marketing standpoint. And it's not, I don't want to say probably the intent to not market to black people, but the things that we are typically interested in, like this, we will miss that mark because we are
Yeah.
not interested in, whatever they
But I
do.
found some dope spots
You
on
always sending me
Instagram.
something.
I'm always
She
sending my
making me
friends
so
stuff.
hungry, girl. I'm like, oh, that look good. Oh, let's go there. Oh, let's go drink that. Oh, that look
But
good.
it just be so dope. And I'm like, we
Yes.
got some gems here.
We
We
do.
got a lot of gems. So we
Yes.
just gotta think outside our box.
What's
Yes.
a couple places that are on y'all list?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got no list. I don't
We
have
just
a
be
list.
random. It just be random.
Yeah, honestly, pages like yours,
Okay.
she's constantly like finding those gems as well. So she constantly DMs them, and you see them.
It's
so you
one
have
place I
places.
want to try in St. Peter's that I just ran across called Chillax.
Oh yeah.
It's in St. Peter's.
It's black owned, too.
It's black owned. It looks super cool.
Okay.
We haven't been there. I was gonna put it out there in the group chat
Yeah,
for us to
yeah.
try to see. But it's a couple of spots. I just don't never remember the names.
Yeah,
so
I
I
don't
always
remember the names, yeah.
I always save my stuff for
Yeah.
just in case.
I just go to my DM with her, and I be like, let me see. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I by name, I don't have anything on the list. But there are a couple of places, a handful of places that have caught my eyes, and I hope that I can sit still and go. So I typically get the chance to visit with my friends. We always definitely doing something different. We don't go to the same restaurants.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty dope.
It's one spot that I want you to try. Have you tried? It's called Calypso's. on the
I
south side. I
have.
love Calypso's. It's a nice vibe.
It's
What they say?
super nice.
It's like so like
Yeah,
I
like,
went
wait,
there
what
for
did they spell?
brunch. I went there for brunch and
Yes.
I had it was something different. I tried the cornbread I can't say the word Haagen-Dazs, whatever it is, but it was like whatever
The sauce that they
that
put on
sauce.
the eggs.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
like medium well.
Haagen-Dazs.
I know what you said.
But
I said just like you.
yeah.
This was like recent.
This was before that. I think they had closed
Okay.
to do renovations. This was a while. This was like last year, like kind of when they first started like opening.
Yeah.
And I went for a brunch, but it was just a good vibe. They had a band. He was in there playing. They got the fire in the middle. It's just like real cool. It wasn't nobody in there but me and like 2 other people. But it still was just awesome.
It's chill. I've been a couple times. I have not been since they revamped their menu. Because that's also black owned too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I try to throw out there,
Yeah.
like, to support our own, even
Of
though,
course.
I don't discriminate, but I definitely like to big up my own people.
Oh,
Of course.
period.
For sure. Yeah.
So, with my habit of being nowhere for 15 minutes, what's like, what keeps you like at a restaurant, keeps you intrigued? Or at these events, what keeps you intrigued? And I got the same question for you.
So, like, that keeps me going.
Yeah, that keeps you there
I'm a-
and engaging.
I'm a foodie.
Okay.
I'm a true foodie by heart. I live downtown. I grew up County Brownie.
Okay.
Okay.
Flow Town.
I never
So,
heard that term.
a County Brownie?
I've never heard that.
Oh my goodness. Really?
That
They've
just
been
means
saying that forever.
Yeah. So I'm
Especially
certified.
us being from the city. They
Yeah.
say that all the time.
people for some reason don't know I am from the city.
They
and
don't think that we are because of how
I'm
we
from the
present
county.
ourselves.
But
Yeah.
I've never heard no one use the coin
Oh yeah, I have.
county.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, me certified County Brownie. I didn't move to the city until 2019, and the reason I moved is just because I wanted. I'm big on voting, and I wanted my vote to count in the city versus the county.
Okay.
So I moved there, and with it being my first experience, I absolutely loved it. I'm like, I'm never going back to the county. It's so many different restaurants, like the diversity of things. And then the older I got, and then after I had my son, I started realizing I like food a lot. Like, I'm a big foodie, but because I'm always trying to lose weight, I can't always indulge in like bar foods, like fried food,
And the chicken,
pastas, any of the. I couldn't tell you the last time I've had. It's probably been maybe like 2015, 2016, because I'm always trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
So I had such a strict diet. Bless you. I had such a strict diet. Like, I was at one point like no dairy, no pasta, no bread on a regular basis. Bless you. That is kind of stuck with me. So when I would go to certain restaurants, there wasn't much that I could eat just because I got so acclimated to not eating those things. So I kind of had to venture off and see what else was out there.
Right. That's
You
dope.
have to get your palate more versatile.
Well, yeah.
What keeps you engaged and like?
But friend, you know me. Wherever I go, I'm going to go fuck with somebody.
Yeah.
I don't care who it is. I go somewhere and
being
I'll
social.
be there by myself. I sit at the bar and there's somebody that's gonna come and I'm gonna attract or something like that. Just that too. I like to try new things, try new food. So I like to just go places that, and you gotta have an open mind about it, because if you sit around and just wait for everybody else to do stuff, you'll never experience it.
Of course.
So I just be like, today I'm about to get out.
And then I try to put it out there because damn, these restaurants be so good. I don't want them to close.
Yes,
Be like,
that
I
part.
can't make it in St. Louis,
Because they be need marketing as well.
They do.
Yeah.
Big time.
And it always, when I travel, that's one of the things. It's not like about, I guess, lifestyle showing. A lot of times people are asking, okay, where did you eat? What hotel you stayed or whatever. So I'll put together everything. I'll be like, okay, typically the hotels I stay at, they got some type of restaurants that's on the roof, whatever, and I just make the best out of everything. And like, I'm gonna stay at this hotel, go up here, eat at their restaurant, come down, leave, whatever. So I put together the content for that purpose as well, for awareness. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I just gotta get, I don't know, I just be chilling. I don't like to be nowhere too long.
Yeah.
I don't
Why
like to-
not?
I just don't like to. I have not truly discovered why. I don't know if it's out of habit of moving so much, but I'll go somewhere, I'll sit there for a minute, and I'm up.
Okay, well, first, when you say
Yeah.
too long, what do you consider too long? Because that's
What?
subjective.
She probably eat her food and be like, all
I
right
am
now.
up once you can give me my bill, honestly, bring my bill and my food out at the same
Oh my
time.
gosh.
I just don't know why I'm here once I'm done. Like once I'm done eating.
And I guess
why-
that's maybe why I sit at the bar, because when you sit
even
by
at the bar
yourself,
especially. Yeah.
no, because that's more people. I'm can
Oh,
rub
yeah.
some
we
shoulders
different
with
there.
somebody, and I could be like, oh, what you
You
got
know, I'll be
there?
looking like a
Oh, what you
serial killer
drinking?"
at the bar.
And then that's how you get people to open up, and people start buying you drinks.
Yeah, I
and
was saying,
then,
sitting at the bar,
She
Yeah,
different
that's
than
a
me.
jackpot.
So
Yeah.
I'm a little different, right?
Okay.
I go to the board. I don't really go to socialize. I think that's what it is. I think my goal when I go out is to decompress like my day, my work week, or celebrate myself. So I'm never talking to people and engaging with people is never a part of the goal. However, if someone was to have a conversation with me, or if I see someone and have a conversation with them, that's fine.
yeah.
But there's a stop.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to get my meal paid for.
Stop talking to me so I can finish my food and I'm up. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but have you ever thought about when you sit at the bar? Because when
Yeah.
I sit at the bar and I'm somewhere by myself,
Yeah.
it's because I've had a long ass day. I don't
Right.
want to be
You
bothered.
decompressing it.
But at the same time, it's other people at the bar that have had long ass days. I don't want to be
Yeah.
bothered too. So it's almost like we connect to a certain
No,
extent.
She
all
like, no, we
probably
don't.
came-
Right, she definitely.
we all came out
She
to
like,
not have nobody say nothing to us much. But I did challenge myself though. Let me stop it. I challenged myself. I was trying to put on my inner Rihanna hair, right? And so I was downtown and I went to the rooftop and I was just chilling and this guy came up and he was talking. Good conversation. He bought me a drink. I was like, thank you. He left. We changed, contact. I came back and went right back up to the rooftop and I stayed out there for hours. And then I went home.
Vibe.
Which rooftop?
4 Seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you single?
Yeah, I am.
That's even more reason you should sit at every bar and every restaurant every
yeah.
single day of the
All
week.
the time with your thighs out.
Okay.
I was fired that day. I was fired. I was.
You don't know how to think about it.
But no, I don't know. I was really trying for the fact that I left and I came back because he was here with doing some celebrity event. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna come back. Da da da. I was like, yeah, let me know. You come back. I'm like, and I told him, I said, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm the person that's in the bed for no reason 8, 9 o'clock on purpose. I shut down
Okay.
at a certain time, right? So I told him that and I said, but if you come back before a certain time, I said I will come back and hang out with you. It was a beautiful night. I did it. I didn't regret nothing. I had a good time. We didn't do nothing but talk for hours. And then I left and I was like, yay. I was like,
did it.
I was like, God, please let me get home safe. I gotta go down 70. It's like midnight. I was scared as hell driving home. But other than that, that was the time I was trying to challenge myself to stay out. I was trying to challenge myself to get out. I don't know, girl. Once I'm done eating and I got my little drink, you can bring me my bill. I don't need to talk. I gotta
I'm proud
go.
of you, friend.
Thank you, good. Thank you.
Well, it sounds like you had a good time.
I
So
did,
You don't
I
want to
did.
redo that? Maybe not. Maybe once a month.
I definitely like the vibe. I would definitely redo it. And I'm not opposed of it. Again, I'm still trying to figure out what is it. Why do you like cut everything out after a certain time, right? And it's like I ain't got nobody wait for me. Kids gone, kids free weekend, all that. And I just be like, yeah, I'm about to go.
She'd be like, oh, the cats miss me.
Cats definitely missing me. I definitely can go home and be chilling with my cats.
Well,
They're
that's
hanging out.
internal stuff.
So,
Let's focus on like some of the external things.
Yeah.
Because you were at the Four Seasons. And
Yes.
the Four Seasons is very nice. Straight
Yeah.
vibes, sexy, great views and all of that. So externally, especially like anyone that's watching this, they may own a business or want to own a business. What are some factors in some of these restaurants and bars or something that make you feel like you want to leave and not stay?
It could be entertainment, number one, because the Four Seasons is just there, right? You have a beautiful board, you have a beautiful scenery, you have the fire pit. I know on Thursdays they do their DJ entertainment. I have not been able to do that, and that's one of my goals. After I'm done eating and drinking, what else is there for me to do, right? I can go outside and just sit at the stores. I don't know, but that's not entertaining to me after so long.
Okay.
And then I'll just be like, time to go. So maybe if there was something there
That was intriguing.
intriguing enough, I will be perfectly fine with that. Like a band, a live band or something. So, but that's the Four Seasons again. You know what I mean? They got people coming in and out, weddings and all types of stuff, and you just people watching. And after so long, I'm like, I'm about to go get in this bed. So, girl, yeah, anyway, I don't be knowing what be. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Maybe we can go out together.
Look,
And we can figure it out.
we absolutely can, because I'm
Yes.
always down.
And I'm like that too with people now.
Yeah.
If I'm ready to go, I'm
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Shit,
All right. So
That's for sure. Meanwhile, I'm like, all right, friend, I see you
you
later.
there, so she already know. She be like, all right, I'm about to go over here. I'm like, all right. Everybody know that about me though. Anyway, just a little therapeutic session. I ain't want to try them do therapy.
Like trying to analyze yourself.
Yeah, because I'm interested though in it, because I really want to try to get out of my comfort zone. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but so I'm always trying to challenge myself. And again, thank you for the content that you share, because it's really insightful
Yes.
and it brings so much awareness to everything. Before we end this episode, I would love to touch a little bit more though on the real estate side. How is that going for you now? It's 2024. What are we looking like now?
Real estate is going very, very well. So I'm a hustler.
Hey.
I'm from St. Louis. So I'm like, all of this content, and this is like, not to toot my own horn or anything, but any restaurants, businesses, I give them a lot of business.
Yes.
Like straight up. So it has to make sense for me. So because of that, when I started promoting different businesses and restaurants, I have started getting into commercial a lot. So now I'm doing residential and commercial, and both have picked up, as well as being licensed in Missouri and Illinois. So at this point, I guess because just the economy is slightly different, people aren't living as much as paycheck to paycheck, or if that's not the case, a lot of people have adapted to the situation, and they're like just getting overall better. So business has picked up immensely. And then also, just when you have those down times, especially when you're an entrepreneur, it's inevitable. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. You're going to have to just pivot and learn how to adapt to both of them, rather than just jumping ship, because that's just a part of entrepreneurship. I focus on processes a lot, because the reality of it is, accountability wise, I'm one of those type of people. No matter, I'm big on SWOT analysis. For people that don't know what that is, SWOT is an acronym for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And it's on like a chart. The threats are things that you just absolutely cannot control. They're completely out of your reach, such as like how the economy. But I'm one of those type of people that, when my business was low, I have to have some sort of accountability. And I feel like if I had processes in place, if I was consistent on certain things, regardless of the threats and the things I couldn't control, I would not have had as much as a downfall as I did.
Because of predictability.
Absolutely. So because of that, I focused a lot in my business more. And then now, since the content thing blew up, I'm focusing on, well, I'm not focusing, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it, because at the end of the day, I wanted all of it just to be based on real estate. Because even when they see the reels and all of that, I wanted them to remember, like, oh, she sell houses, let me go to her. Except now I have an influx of people that, like you said, y'all didn't know I did real estate. And I'm like, damn, okay, so I need to get better at my real estate content.
Yeah, you got to be like, just coming from showing the house, I'm about to go over here to Joe's Boys. And it's something.
But you want to know what's crazy? When I post that, like, don't nobody pay attention to that. They do not like the house stuff.
They be ready for the food. Like
they be ready for the food.
They be real. Fast forward.
You'll figure it out. You'll figure out how to pipeline it all together.
But that's the thing, though. Even though they don't know you for that, they're gonna know you for that. Because as you scroll,
you better speak that into me.
Because as you scroll, you're still gonna be like, but that is in your bio as well.
It is in your bio, right.
People don't read on social media.
I think I saw it, but I was just like, yeah, food. That's pretty dope, though. Are you into? I know you say process. Are you into project management at all?
I do.
I can hear.
So with a lot of my clients,
because
I'm an IT project manager too, and a lot of people don't know that about me. So when you start talking, I was like, yeah, SWOT analysis, corners,
I do have clients like when they want to sell their house or get their house prepared, and they don't have the time, or maybe they don't even live in St. Louis. I do facilitate those projects because it all falls under the umbrella of real estate.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, so before we end this episode, can you share with, again, the viewers, the listeners, where they can tap into you at both
Yes,
the
everything.
learn about St. Louis a little bit and also the real estate.
Yes.
Yes. So you can reach me directly on my Instagram. That's the best way to reach out to me. And my Instagram is at its Kiara, spelled Kiara Jones, Jones. That's my Instagram handle. I'll give my business line also directly. It's area code 314-442-9344. So I can be reached out in regards to any collaboration efforts, any real estate for commercial, residential, Missouri, or Illinois.
Awesome.
But thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank y'all for having me.
Of course, and thank y'all again for listening to the I Heels and Tea podcast.
Thank you.
Goodbye.